You might be thinking about moving to San Diego if you're watching this video. And good news, you're in the right spot, because in this video, we're going to talk about the things you need to know before moving to San Diego.
And if you stay until the end, we're going to share with you the one thing you need to know before moving to San Diego.
Hi everyone, it's John Elizabeth Finley coming to you from none other than sunny San Diego, California. If you're interested in things you need to know when moving to San Diego, or what it's like to live in San Diego, where to live, where the locals like to hang out in San Diego, what it's like to live here, play here, work here, then be sure to hit that like button below, subscribe button below, and the bell to get notified anytime we release a video of what it's like to live in San Diego, California.
We love making these videos because we honestly get a lot of people reaching out to us about moving to or relocating to San Diego, California on a daily basis. If you are one of those people interested in moving to San Diego or relocating here, or you just want to know what it's like to hang out in San Diego, we are going to leave on the screen in the description below our contact information.
You can call us, you can text us, email us, find us on Facebook, Instagram, wherever, direct message us, whatever's convenient for you. If you're looking to make the move, we help a lot of people relocating to San Diego, and we're happy to help you too.
So let's jump right in. Things to know when moving to San Diego. So the first thing you need to know is that our city swells in the summer. And also the holidays too. We have so many college students that return from home. We have so many people who want a vacation here.
It's a huge tourist destination. So The city swells. I mean, it kind of feels like it doubles in size. So you need to know that traffic's going to be more, waits at restaurants are going to be more, beaches are going to be more crowded, right?
Yeah, and then, not to mention, our city swells also with the fair.
Yep.
And the races, which it's very important to know that, you have to plan for it traffic-wise. If the fair is happening, you want to know the first day of the fair, and maybe even every weekend during the fair. It's about 4 to 5 weeks long, starts in June, ends on the 4th of July usually. Some
of the traffic is brutal, so you do want to know. I mean, we have the events like the races, the fair, Farmers Insurance Golf Tournament. Every once in a while, we get the U.S. Open of golf, and so those events cause massive traffic delays. Even Padre games, when you're heading south on a night when the Padres are playing, it's brutal. So you just got to know those things. Our city swells a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. And so, kind of moving on now to our next pro tip, and that would be we both feel that it's always a good idea to maybe move in winter to San Diego. I think that the affordability index goes down a bit. There's more affordability. The rentals aren't as in demand because people don't want to move during the holidays,
Yeah, so sorry to cut you off, but we have a lot of people that sometimes they move here and they're not able to buy right away, so they have to rent, and they want to rent because they want to see what neighborhood they want to live in and what area of San Diego they like. So your rental market is much more favorable for renting during the winter times. You don't have as much competition, and it allows you to kind of get a feel at a lesser expense and lesser cost, and not come in the busy high season when it's just nuts in San Diego. It gives you a better feel, and it's an easier transition into San Diego.
Well, and so many people, at least as far as vacation rentals go, in summer, it's really hard to book up a vacation rental. I guess that adds one more tip. If you are going to travel to San Diego and you want to be here over summer, book your vacation rental literally 9 months to a year in advance.
Right.
You still may find something last minute, but they all book up pretty well because we've managed many of them, and they do book up. And as far as moving goes, same thing. Our inventory swells. People want to move during the summer, typically. These last couple of years with COVID, that wasn't the case, but during summer usually is when most families move.
Yep. So wintertime is a good time. Moving on to our next one, a quick one, is we're a military city, and we love it. We help a lot of military families, and we have military bases all over San Diego, from Camp Pendleton to Miramar to the Naval Base to Coronado.
Right. We have the Marines and Navy, and which I grew up in an Air Force family myself, so I lived all over the world, but can definitely appreciate what military families are going through in moving and how often they have to move and what they're looking for.
And as a result, we have cool air shows that go on.
Well, right.
You can go see the Nimitz and go on the big aircraft carrier down in Seaport Village. So there's a lot of really...
And we have the old hospital ship here too.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty cool. And the air shows out at Pendleton.
Right.
Or,
we do.
No, Miramar.
Miramar.
Yeah.
In Miramar. So, I mean, just phenomenal military lifestyle here. So that's really cool.
The next thing that we're kind of going to move into is when you move to San Diego, you kind of need to figure out what, evaluate your interests, figure out what you like, because it really matters where you end up living based upon your interests. For example, if you're into triathlon, you might want to be more of in like a community. There are a lot of bikers, swimmers, runners, and John knows this well because he does triathlon. But
you want to be on the coast. You want to be close to the ocean. You want to be close where people are active.
Yeah.
But we have such a wide range of lifestyles here in San Diego. Whether you want to be on the beach, or whether you want to be inland, or whether you want to be downtown or mid-city, there's so many things. If you like riding horses, like there are just so many lifestyles. So learn about the different neighborhoods and where kind of the different lifestyles take place throughout San Diego, and that'll make your transition
right.
a lot.
If you're an outdoorsman and a mountain biker, then you're going to probably want to live a little more inland, near the hiking trails and so forth. And if you're a horse person, you're going to be in that Rancho Santa Fe, Fallbrook, Vista.
And along with those wide-ranging lifestyles, we've got so many different microclimates in San Diego. The coast is it's always cooler. Inland is hotter. We have areas where it snows in San Diego County, believe it or not. So you have all these crazy microclimates. It could be socked in and cloudy on the coast, and it can be 85 degrees 5 miles east of the coast.
Right. And I know a lot of people, and I've kind of always been of this ilk, I actually don't want to live directly in the coastal area. I mean, I guess I would live on the ocean front, of course. Who wouldn't? But if there is a good amount of fog that happens, and I personally would rather be a little bit outside of the marine layer and be 5-7 minutes inland,
right? So
that you get more sun all the time. So I mean, it's a preference what people like.
And the thing about San Diego is it's actually sneaky cold. And I know you guys are laughing from the Midwest, but people move out here from the Midwest, and after a couple of years, it's like 60 degrees and windy, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's cold. We get so accustomed to the like 75, 80 degree sunny weather that we get most of the year. And we get used to wearing shorts, flip-flops, and t-shirts, and not going out ever with a sweater or a jacket.
Right.
And so in the couple months that we have our winter, where it gets like 56 degrees, 62 degrees and windy, I know that sounds like nothing, but when you're used to 80 degrees and you're not dressed for it, you step outside and you're like, it's cold. And I'm telling you, it's sneaky cold. So you people in Chicago, Michigan, wherever, come on out and we'll teach you the sneaky cold.
Right. And believe me, well, and also I think our blood thins out living here. I do think that happens. I know it happens in Arizona, but I have had people out of town going, I didn't realize it was going to be this cold here, so they also, but maybe because they've packed wrong too. All right. So the other thing that we have that most people don't know about is we have May gray and June gloom. And this is something I didn't even know about. I am from Northern California and I moved down here. I'm used to it getting warm in the spring and getting hot that time of year and getting excited to be out by the beach. And instead I come down here and it's like a second winter.
It's crazy.
May
I mean, of those 60 days, May and June, probably 45 to 50 of them are cloudy and a little bit chilly. And it's just counterintuitive because you come from other places and you're like, okay, you go through winter, spring starts to thaw out a little bit. Yeah. You hit May and June and it's like, now you've got great weather. And it's kind of the opposite here. Our May and June is like cloudy most of the time. It's just a strange thing. I love it because I grew up here. So it always reminded me of, okay, like we're getting out of school. It's May. We've got May gray. It means we're about to finish school and my summer vacation is going to start. But it is a strange thing for people who move here.
Yeah, that seems so weird. I mean, it doesn't get quite cold enough for you to pull back out winter coats, but you're definitely sweatshirts, and some days it like mists all day long. It's just, I was like, why didn't anybody ever tell me about this? Yeah,
it's this like gray, cloudy, misty deal, but that's one of our tips. The other thing is not related to the weather, just in terms of our city. What you need to know is we've got a lot of young people, and it's cool. It's a vibrant, young, active city.
Right. Well, I mean, think about it. We've got so many colleges. Mm-hmm. I mean, USD, UCSD,
SDSU, San Marcos, Point Loma Nazarene, and then all the junior colleges.
Yeah,
so
a ton of junior colleges.
We've got a ton of colleges, and there's a ton of young people, which is, it's cool. It keeps our city young.
And then we have Camp Pendleton that takes
Yep.
all the recruits in, for the military, for the Marines.
Yep.
And then we've got the Navy again. So, with that, one thing I will say is our freeways kind of go fast. I noticed that when I moved down here that people drive fast down here. And I think it might have to do with the younger generation that's here as well. But
I like it because I drive fast.
Yeah, well, it was faster than what I was used to, but I'm now used to it. So now when I go other places, I'm annoyed. But anyway.
So here's another thing that's important when you are moving here is we have several airports. We've got the San Diego International Airport.
Right.
We have Camp Pendleton. We have Palomar, a small regional one. We have Brownfield. We have a couple others that are slipping my mind, but we've got 5 or 6 airports, including the military airports. So you need to do your research and understand if you're under those flight patterns, because all those airports span throughout all of San Diego.
Right. I think almost any residence was within a couple of miles of it. And all the geographic reports that we do through real estate, it seems to be that most have it.
Right. And on the military ones, if you're in the jet pattern, you're going to hear some loud jets. And it's just what it is. You get used to it, just like living next to the train.
Yep.
The train tracks. You get used to it, but you do. I know a lot of places are not under flight patterns or next to airports. We have, like I said, 5 or 6 airports in San Diego, and so there's a good chance that you're going to be close to a flight pattern. So you want to know that, and you want to understand what the noise is.
Okay, you've waited till the end. So here is our one tip. You want to go ahead and say it, John?
Sure. So what you want to do is you want to avoid going to the races on opening day. It is a scene. I guess it's a spectacle, right?
I think it's worth going to once just so you can realize what it's all about. But then after that, you're good.
Right.
know?
Like it is a spectacle. It is worth seeing, but it is the most crowded day of the races.
Yeah.
And if you pick any other days, you're going to have space to yourself. The betting lines, if you're into betting, they're not going to be as long. The lines to get food and drink, you're going to be able to sit and have a nice time. Opening day is just like, we call it amateur day because all the amateurs come out. People start drinking at like 9 in the morning, and by 4, it's just a zoo, and you really don't want to be around that. So,
but the ladies and their hats and all the dresses, I mean, it's something to see.
Something you should see one time and then avoid it after that. That's our pro tip. So listen, thanks for tuning in. Like I said before, we help a lot of people relocate to San Diego and talk to a lot of people who are thinking about moving to San Diego, and it's why we do these videos. We are very passionate about people moving to San Diego, helping people buy and sell in San Diego, and we'd love to be able to do that for you. We raised our kids here. We work here. It is our passion. So any questions you have, get in touch with us. Facebook, Instagram, text, email, phone call, whatever you need to do, but we're happy to help you make the transition to San Diego.
Chat with you soon.